Today we are going to learn uh, another law comparing to sine law. So for this question, we are going to draw a triangle first. So whenever you see a question involving triangles, if the triangle is not given, then you sketch a triangle first. So this one, the side B is a longer side, so we are going to write B here. And A is second longer side, and C is 2.5. Based on the ABC, the opposite angle, use a calculator. Okay, opposite angle, calculator. Opposite angle of side C is calculator C. So it asks you to find the angle C. Okay. Then we could see if it's possible for us to use a sine law. So we are going to write the sine law out here. A over sine A equals B over sine B equals C over sine C. Then we are going to sub in given information. Okay, you are going to see you have no angles given. So if we want to use a method that we have used before, do the cross multiply, it doesn't matter which two ratios we are going to pick, you are going to have two unknowns in your equation. So one equation you have two unknowns, we don't know how to solve it. So for this question, the sine law doesn't work. So then we introduce another law, cosine law. Cosine law will work for just now the situation. Three sides given, then looking for the unknown angle, then you could use a cosine law. Okay, angle A, B, angle C. Okay, and opposite side use a small letter for the angle. Okay, and for the cosine law, the easier way to remember it is you just focus on the first part, comparing this one with Pythagorean theorem. They are similar, but this angle we don't have the right angle, so we need to add this part minus double of the product of the other two sides, then times, because it's cosine law, so you have cosine. The angle C and the side C, they must be in pairs at the very one is at the very beginning of the cosine law, another one is at the very end of cosine law. So side C, angle C, cosine law, you have cosine here. And the middle, this one is a squared plus b squared, is other two sides squared add together minus double of the product of other two sides. And because no angles is right angle triangle, right angle, so also you could solve for the other two sides. A squared equals other two sides squared, then minus double of the product of other two sides, then times cosine angle A. So side A, angle A, one is at front, one is at back. And same thing for the B. And why we have three different forms of the cosine law, you are going to see when you are solving for angle A or side A, you are going to pick this form. So you look for side A, then A squared need to be by itself. When you are solving for angle A, you will see these three cosine laws. You have only one with angle A. When you are using angle A, then other side is A squared. Okay, so now we are going to see, and this one is when you are solving for angle A, we move the stuff to other side, then you will have this formula. You don't need to remember it because you are able to derive it just by isolate angle C. So we are going to see example 1, how we use isolation to solve for the angle. So two cases you are going to use cosine law. One is three sides given. Okay, 1, 2, 3, all the sides given. Another one is two sides given but not cross opposite angle given. It's contained angle given. So side, angle, side. Then you are going to use this cosine law. Okay, so we have tried for this one, three sides given. We are trying to use a sine law, but no ratios. Both numerator and the denominator are given, so we are not able to use the sine law. So if one angle given, then we could use sine law, because in this equation, you cross multiply, you will have one unknown. If no angles given, then we are not able to use cosine. So not able to use sine law. So for this one, is angle C is unknown, so we are going to use a set C squared, because we know that at the very end you will have cosine C. So because you are looking for angle C, so we use a C squared, cosine C, and middle is other two sides squared, add together minus double of the product of other two sides. Then we are going to sub in given information. So 2.5 squared equals 6.9 squared plus 7.1 squared minus 2 times 6.9 times 7.1 times cosine angle C. In order to solve for angle C, we are going to move the other numbers to other side. So for solving unknown, we are going to do the backward of that math. Adding, subtracting first. So 2.5 squared minus 6.9 squared minus 7.1 squared equals 2 times 6.9 times 7.1 times cosine angle C. Then we are going to do the division and multiplication. So we want to isolate angle C, so we need to move the 2 times 6.9 times 7.1 to other side. Here is multiplication, so the opposite operation, we move these three numbers to other side, will be divide. So you divide this one to both sides. This side you divide, you will have cosine C left. And the other side you will have negative. Okay, 2.5 squared minus 6.9 squared minus 7.1 squared all over negative 2 times 6.9 times 7.1. Then after that, it's just you type into your calculator. Then angle C will be equals the cosine inverse of whatever you got from this calculation. So the number will be 0.9366. Then you do the inverse calculation, you have 20.5 equals angle C. So this is the final answer. And on your calculator, if it's backward calculator, then no matter what, you need to do this part first. So 2.5, type in x squared minus 6.9, x squared minus 7.1, x squared, then equals, then divide it. Remember you have bracket, negative 2 times 6.9 times 7.1 bracket, equals, it will give you 0.9366. Okay, this is how you type into your calculator for this part. Remember you have the bracket, otherwise it doesn't work. So for this question, step 1 is we sketch the triangle and the label. Okay, and the step 2 is similar with a sine law. We write a cosine law out. Then step 3, sub in given information. Then step 4 is solve by isolate. Okay, 4 steps. Then the next question is a word question. So it said ranger size of forest fair. So this is a fair here. The fair F is 4.8 meter from her observation tower. So this one is a tower. Then this is a point T, okay? On a bearing of 306. So the bearing is a definition of angle is from the compass. So north, south, west, east. Bearing is from the north, you turn clockwise to 304. This is a bearing, okay? So from north, turn clockwise. So you need to draw the compass first. From north, turn clockwise. Its definition for the bearing, okay? She calls a forest protection service station, which is at S, is 8.9 miles from the tower on a bearing of from north turn clockwise 219 degrees. Then the question asks you what's the measure of FTS? What's angle for this part? Okay. So question A, angle FTS. You will see angle FTS is 304 minus 219. Then it will give you, do the calculation, get your calculator out, 85 degrees. Okay, so that is the reason why we need to find this angle, because we need that one in that triangle. Then after that, it asks you how far is a fire from the station. It asks you to solve for this one. So I may just redraw this triangle. In this triangle is S, T is here, this is 85 degrees, this one is 4.8 miles, this is 8.9 miles, this is F, this is S, this is what you need to find. So we are going to label the side using small letters. Opposite side of angle T is small letter T. Opposite side of angle F is small letter F. Opposite side of angle S is small letter S. So this one you have side, angle side will contain the angle, not opposite. So opposite angle of these two given sides are not given. Okay, so we cannot use a sine law. This one is side, angle, side. Okay, so we are going to use a cosine law. And for the cosine law, we know we have three forms. We have t squared equals x squared equals f squared equals. Because we are looking for this side t, so we are going to let t by itself. So we use t squared cosine law. So for t squared equals other two sides squared, add together. Then minus double of the product of other two sides times together, then times cosine law. You have cosine angle will be in pairs with side by itself. So once we have this cosine law, we are going to sub in given information. 4.8 squared plus 8.9 squared minus 2 times 4.8 times 8.9 times cosine angle 85 degrees. And this time, t is by itself already, so you just need to type in everything to your calculator. Then you have 94.803. We move the squared to other side, it will be square root. So you do the square root, you have 9.736. Then because given you have one decimal, so the final answer we are going to round it to one decimal place. 9.7. The next digit is 3, is round off. if equals 5 or greater than 5, then we add 1 to here. But this one is less than 5, so we ignore the second digit. It's just the next digit after the 1 decimal place. Then we look at the 3, ignore the 6. So just 1 digit after the 1 decimal, that is a digit that we are considering to do the rounding. Okay, then we are going to write the statement. The fare is 9.7 miles from the service station. So this is two examples. One is finding side. The side need to be by itself. Another one is finding the angles. When you are finding angles, you need to put numbers to other side by doing opposite operation. And very last step, because you are looking for angles, you need to do the inverse of cosine. So that is a lesson for today. I want to show you the assigned work on the determinants. So law of cosine. So this is a side angle side given. So here you have a button you can click on is watch help video. So it will show you how to solve this question and how to type in your answers.
Law of cosines, SAS. By SAS, I mean that you have a triangle whose given information is a side length, an angle, and another side length in that order, where the angle is included between the sides. Now the law of cosines is going to allow us to find that opposite side. So the law of cosines is a squared equals b squared plus c squared minus 2bc cosine a. Now what you notice is that you see a twice. One is a capital letter, so the capital letters represent the angle measurements, so therefore we're typically calling this quote A. I'm putting it in quotes because it's actually angle T in this triangle, but in the formula we'll think of it as capital A and plug it there. Now the little a represents the side length opposite this angle A. So this will be side quote A, but in this problem we're going to call it side T because it's opposite of angle T. So really the thing that we don't know is the opposite of that angle, and that will remain the unknown. So in our problem we could just call that x if we want. Now the little b and little c are the two sides that I know, so I know that.
So that is help video on the determinants, and also you have the show examples of show solutions, so you will see the full solutions for that question if you don't know how to do the question. So that is all for cosine law.